What if I told you that you could reverse years of desk job damage with just 5 simple isometric holds? If you've been sitting at a desk for hours every day, there's a high chance you're dealing with neck, shoulder, or back pain. The good news is that these 5 exercises can help you fix that posture and feel a whole lot better. First up, we have the chin tuck hold. If you've never done this exercise before, you're going to want to start. This move targets that tech neck, or forward head posture, that comes from staring at screens all day. It strengthens those deep neck muscles that get weak when your head is constantly jutting forward. When you master this exercise, you'll stop catching your reflection hunched over like your father in his later years. You'll drive to see your kids without that burning neck pain that demands constant breaks and pain relievers. In meetings, you'll project the confident, authoritative presence you had in your 30s instead of looking beaten down by life. Your wife will notice the difference in how you carry yourself before anyone else does. So how can you perform the chin tuck hold correctly? Let me show you. Start by sitting or standing tall. Now gently tuck your chin toward your throat. Yes, like you're making a double chin, but don't tilt your head down. If you need help, you can place 2 fingers on your chin to guide the movement. Then imagine pressing the back of your head straight back against an invisible wall. You'll feel the muscles in the front of your neck working and a slight stretch in the back. Hold this position for about 10 to 15 seconds while breathing normally. Don't push too hard. This is about activating those deep neck flexors, not straining. Did you know that for every inch your head moves forward, it adds about 10 pounds of pressure to your neck? No wonder it hurts. Moving on to our number 2, we have the wall angel hold. This one is amazing for those rounded shoulders you get from hunching over your keyboard all day. It strengthens your upper back while opening up your chest. After a few weeks of doing this exercise, you'll reclaim that commanding physical presence that used to make people take notice when you entered a room. That burning between your shoulder blades during long drives to see the grandkids? Gone. You'll grab your luggage from the overhead bin without that shot of pain that makes everyone around you wince. And instead of your wife reminding you to stand up straight like you're 12 again, she'll be complimenting how much younger and stronger you look. So how can you do it correctly? Let me walk you through it step by step. Find a flat wall and stand with your back against it. Keep your feet about 6 inches away from the wall and maintain a slight bend in your knees. Make sure your lower back is relatively flat against the wall. Don't arch it too much. Now bring your arms up into a W position with your upper arms parallel to the floor and elbows bent at 90 degrees. Press the backs of your hands and your forearms against the wall as much as possible. For the isometric part, gently press your elbows and hands back into the wall while squeezing your shoulder blades together and down. Keep everything in contact with the wall as you hold. A quick check. If your hands keep lifting off the wall or your back is arching too much, that's a clear sign your posture really needs this exercise. Hold for 15 to 30 seconds while breathing steadily, then relax. Now at number 3, we have the doorway chest stretch hold. Those rounded shoulders aren't just about weak back muscles. They're also caused by tight chest muscles pulling you forward. This stretch helps fix that problem. Master this exercise and you'll stop feeling your body betraying you bit by bit. You'll check your blind spot while driving without that seized up feeling. You'll throw a ball with your grandkids without your shoulder locking up in pain. You'll swing a golf club, cast a fishing rod, or swing a hammer without that restricting tightness. That permanently hunched posture that makes you look beaten down by life's stresses, it'll be replaced by the open, powerful stance you had in your prime. To do this one correctly, stand in an open doorway. Place your forearm against the door frame with your elbow bent, at about 90 degrees and roughly at shoulder height. Keep your feet slightly staggered with the leg on the same side as your stretching arm positioned a bit behind. Now, gently lean your body forward through the doorway until you feel a stretch across your chest and the front of your shoulder. Find that point of mild to moderate stretch, no pain, and hold that position isometrically. Resist the urge to bounce or push further. Focus on breathing deeply into the stretch. This isometric hold allows those tight chest muscles to lengthen under controlled tension, giving your shoulders the space they need to move back into proper position. Tight chest muscles aren't just bad for your posture. They can actually cause painful shoulder impingement when you try to lift your arms overhead. Hold this stretch for 20 to 30 seconds, then gently release and repeat on the other side. Alright, now let's get into exercise number 4, the high plank hold. A stable core is absolutely essential for good posture, and this exercise strengthens your entire core to support your spine against the constant pull of gravity. Once you've built up this core strength, you'll stop living in fear of your back going out at the worst possible moment. No more excusing yourself from helping your buddies move furniture or missing the fishing trip because your back is acting up again. That hesitation before picking up your young grandchild. Worried your back will betray you? Gone. You'll reclaim the physical freedom that makes the second half of life enjoyable instead of a series of limitations and constant pain management. To perform the high plank, start on your hands and knees. Place your hands directly under your shoulders with your fingers spread. Now extend one leg back at a time until you're on the balls of your feet. Your body should form a straight line from your head through your spine and hips down to your heels. Engage your core by drawing your belly button towards your spine and keep your neck long, looking slightly ahead of your hands on the floor. Actively push the ground away through your hands and engage your glutes slightly. The key here is maintaining perfect alignment. This isometric hold works your deep core muscles, your abs, your obliques, and even muscles in your back and shoulders, creating complete support for your spine. One important warning: don't let your hips sag toward the floor or pike up toward the ceiling. Either one completely ruins the postural benefits and can strain your lower back. Form is absolutely critical here. Hold the high plank for 30 to 60 seconds, or as long as you can maintain perfect form. The last exercise we'll be going over is by far the most important for desk workers, the isometric glute bridge hold. Sitting all day leads to what I call glute amnesia, where your butt muscles basically forget how to work, and that often causes anterior pelvic tilt and lower back pain. Get your glutes firing properly again, and that embarrassing shuffle when you first stand up after a movie or long dinner with friends. Gone. You'll stop dreading long car rides knowing you'll emerge looking like you need a walker. That constant adjusting during meetings because your lower back is on fire. History. Your golf buddies won't just notice more power in your swing. They'll see you walking the whole course without gradually stiffening up. You'll move like a man who's comfortable in his body again, not someone at war with his own limitations. So how can you perform the glute bridge hold? Let me show you. Lie on your back with your knees bent and feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, relatively close to your glutes. Rest your arms by your sides. First, perform a slight posterior pelvic tilt by gently pressing your lower back toward the floor, subtly tucking your tailbone. Now, maintaining this slight tuck, lift your hips off the floor by squeezing your glutes powerfully. Create a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Avoid arching your lower back further. Hold this top position, focusing on continuous glute contraction. This isometric hold strengthens your gluteus maximus, the primary muscle responsible for extending your hips and pulling your pelvis back into a neutral position, directly counteracting the effects of tight hip flexors. Weak, inactive glutes force your lower back muscles to overcompensate during daily movements, leading directly to that chronic lower back pain so many desk workers experience. Hold the bridge with an active glute squeeze for 30 to 60 seconds, lower slowly, and perform 3 sets. Alright, now let's get into that workout routine I promised. If you have a clear plan of action, you're more likely to stick with it, and it will feel easier. Here's a simple 10-minute routine you can do daily, especially after work or during breaks. Start with the chin tuck hold, 3 sets of 10 to 15-second holds. Then do wall angel holds, 2 sets of 3 reps of 15 to 30 seconds each. Move to doorway chest stretch holds, 2 to 3 sets per side, 20 to 30 seconds each. Go to high plank holds, 3 sets for 30 to 60 seconds each. And finish with glute bridge holds, 3 sets, 30 to 60 seconds each. You should start feeling relief from neck and back tension within the first 1 to 2 weeks, with noticeable improvements in your resting posture within 4 to 6 weeks of consistent practice. Unlike passive stretches, these holds actually retrain your muscles to support proper alignment. Drop a comment below. Which of these 5 holds targeted your biggest problem area? I try to read and answer every comment.